Hello guys, I'm here interviewing Nellie Thompson, or as we call in our house, Swim Nellie. Welcome to the interview. First off, how did you start swimming? How long have you been swimming for?
I've been swimming since I was 7, and I'm 20, so that's 13 years, I guess. But I kind of just followed like my older siblings' footsteps. So I have 2 older siblings. I have an older sister who's 5 years older than me, and I remember every day she would go to practice, and I'd be so jealous. And I just ever since I can remember, I've always wanted to be in the water swimming.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
And Nellie is a free swimmer for the Marist swim and dive team, and now are your older sisters are they in college too? Do they compete?
I have an older sister, older brother. My brother wanted to swim in college, but unfortunately he wasn't fast enough to go D1, and I guess it didn't really work out for him. And then my sister, by the time she graduated high school, hated swimming. So she decided not to pursue that in college.
Yeah, so it's opposite for you. I mean, your first year was the COVID year. How did you stay in shape or like that?
During COVID, we had 45-minute practices 3 times a week. And then when the school went on pause, it did a few times throughout the semester for a couple of weeks, we just had no practice. So it was really difficult. The dryland workouts, we weren't in the pool wasn't open, besides the last 8 weeks of the school year. And those last 8 weeks of the spring term, I had mono.
Oof.
So I only swam for 2 weeks, so last year really was nothing for me.
Nothing, yeah. Do you remember anything specific that you almost wanted to give up, or last year, or was the team just there for you?
Well, I remember struggling so much with the 3 workouts a week, and I was just thinking how am I gonna do this when I'm practicing 20 hours a week? Because even that was really rigorous and really hard for me to adjust to, but it's a whole different environment now and a better team atmosphere, having actual pool time and meets and stuff.
Yeah, how would you compare it to high school? Because you haven't competed with Marist yet, or except once last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you compare it to high school?
I was actually just talking to my high school coach because I realized how similar it is. The team atmosphere, that's a huge thing in high school swimming. It's everybody's up and cheering for you while you're swimming, and if you're not swimming, you're up and cheering for other people. And I really like that about college swimming. I was hoping that the team would be like that too when I walked into it. So I'm really glad that we're a pretty close-knit group.
That's great. And I have a question about high school. How was the recruiting process for you? Were there other schools interested in you?
Yeah, I think there weren't any other D1 schools that reached out to me, but I think most of the time it's normal for athletes, unless you're top tier, to have to reach out to schools that you wanted to go to. And I was kind of late to start the college search because I had a lot of surgeries throughout high school that had me out of the water, and that complicated the process because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to swim or not in college.
What surgeries?
I had 2. I basically got both my eardrums replaced. And then one of the surgery failed, and at that point, that was my senior fall, which is right when the recruiting process is supposed to really kind of get going, and you're supposed to have pretty much everything figured out. But that whole summer I couldn't swim at all. So it was a lot of that stuff was up in the air at that point for me.
But I'm glad you came to Marist, and this season you have a new coach. I'm pretty sure Anthony Randall. He is only the 3rd coach in swim and dive history, or the 2nd coach in swim and dive.
Yeah, he's the 2nd coach. Larry Van Wagner started the team.
Yeah.
I think it was 46 years ago.
Yeah, some crazy like that.
Yeah.
So how has Anthony Randall, your new coach, been for you so far?
I really like him. He's less focused on kind of just assigning us yards and having us jump in and swim for the whole time. He's more focused on just more focused practices, shorter distances, but you really kind of have to be on top of your game the whole time and really paying attention to the details rather than kind of just throwing yourself across the pool for 3 hours straight, 2 hours straight.
And last question, what is your main goal this season for you?
My main goal for the team to win the conference championship would be really, really great. I think that's definitely my main goal, which will be really hard to achieve, but that would be so exciting.
Well, thank you for coming out here.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate talking to you. Catch you later.